Peace reflections. You are over here with hit the like and subscribe button, hit the follow button, depending on which platform you are on. If you don't know what's going on, we are doing our do-it-yourself affirmation shadow work book. Now, this book is to improve you. This book isn't for anyone else. It's strictly for you reflection. We all talk about shadow work, but we do not talk about what it requires to do shadow work. Before you can project energy, you have to first heal your own. Okay, so with that being said, if you missed our other journal entries, definitely hit the playlist tab, hit the night school tab, and you'll find all the rest of the journal entries as well. You can definitely go over there to my channel at the night school, and you can definitely find other interesting content as well, reflection concerning not only shadow work but a little bit do you believe in magic. But before you can do you believe in magic, you first have to heal. You first have to recognize you have a shadow reflection. Okay, so with that being said, let's jump head first into it. Okay, so the journal entry today is escaping the sunken place. Now, we all have been to the sunken place, whether you know it or not. We all, maybe you call it something different. Okay, now this journal entry reflection, you can actually put it in your journal app, or you can have a tangible book, and you can put this journal app in there as well. We are doing 33 of these, and we are nearing the end reflection. Okay. So, with that being said, the first journal entry is coming from the sunken place. We're coming from the sunken place. First, you have to recognize that we all have a sunken place. Some people call it the depression state. Some people call it just getting away from the world. Everyone calls it something different, but it's all the same thing, the sunken place. Okay. That place where we don't want to be bothered. That place where it seems like everything and everyone around us is triggering. Okay. Or becoming a trigger. Okay. So, with that being said, let's keep going. Let's think about, speaking of triggers, let's think about that. What triggered your sunken place? Okay, we all have, think about when you get angry. You don't just all of a sudden get angry, reflection. You have something that triggers you. And we talked about triggers in another video as well. Okay, triggers have a lot to do with your shadow work, recognizing what your trigger is. Okay, so what triggered you to go to the sunken place? Think about a time where you felt really depressed. Well, not a time, the last time that you felt really depressed, reflection. Okay, and you went to that sunken place. You went to that place where you don't want to be bothered. You went to that place where don't even call, my phone is off. Don't even, like, I done turned the phone completely off. It's on airplane mode. I don't want to talk. Like, if you come over, you can knock on the door and I just might not answer. I sent you outside. Okay, we're talking about escaping the sunken place. So what actually triggered you to go to this sunken place? What triggered you? Because it's almost like a defense mechanism. What triggered you to go to this what triggered you to put up that self-defense wall? Okay, the sunken place. Think about that, reflection. Really think about that. Because remember, in June, we're going to come back to this book. And our sunken place isn't, our triggers shouldn't be the same as they are right now. Okay, reflection. And if they are, then they should be improving. Then you should be improving your triggers. Okay. But first we have to recognize what is our triggers. Okay. So when we get triggered, when we be like, oh, you're a trigger, let me get away from you because you're trying to send me to this sunken place. All right. So first you have to recognize what triggered you to go to the sunken place. All right. Now, after that reflection, let me take this banner down so you can see. The affirmation is embrace the sunken place. Embrace the sunken place, reflection. Embrace it. Recognize it. It's there. You can't, it's almost like a bill you gotta pay. You don't want it to be there, reflection, but it's there. You gotta do it. You have to do it. Well, you don't have to. You don't have to do it. Just like you don't have to embrace the sunken place, but it might be better to go on ahead and handle that. It might be better to go on ahead and handle that. Okay, we're talking about escaping the sunken place. All right. So after you embrace the sunken place and recognize that, hey, there is a sunken place, learn from the sunken place, reflection. Learn from that. Okay. Yes, you sent me to that sunken place, but what about you sent me there? What about this person, place, or thing sent you to this sunken place? Okay, reflection. So learn from the sunken place. Don't just go there. Learn from it. All right. After that, escape the sunken place. Okay, I acknowledge there's a sunken place. I'm at the sunken place. I'm learning now that I'm down here in the sunken place. Now it's time for me to rise and escape the sunken place. It's time for you to escape the sunken place. You can't stay in the sunken place, reflection. You have too much light work you have to do. You can't stay in the sunken place, but you can definitely learn from the sunken place. You can embrace the sunken place, and you can recognize that, hey, I have triggers. I have things in life throughout this journey that triggers me to go to that sunken place, that depression state. But when I recognize what my triggers are, I can avoid it. Okay, reflection. And sometimes we will a lot of people, they will be, there goes that shame is to blame. I did a video, shame is to blame. Definitely check that out. There goes that shame is to blame. Some people will be so shameful that they even went to the sunken place. But reflection, we all have went to the sunken place. Shit, some of us are still going to that sunken place because there are triggers around us every day. There are distractions around you every day. It doesn't matter where you stay. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what kind of career you got. It doesn't matter, reflection. This is just simply a part of the matrix, okay? But just because you go into a certain mind state doesn't mean you have to stay there. And just because you go to this certain mind state doesn't mean you can't learn from it. Okay, this happened to me, but I can learn from this. So I know how to reapproach it next time. Okay. That's the purpose of learning from the sunken space. All right. So the affirmation for today or tonight, whenever you click this video, is everything I need is already within. Everything I need is within. Everything I need is within. Okay. So when you start looking outside of self for certain things, reflection, that's when those triggers come. That's when the triggers start coming, reflection, okay? And we don't know those are triggers. But if we're looking for everything within, if we recognize that everything I already need is within, that can help you with those triggers, all right? When people, places, and things throw certain things your way, it won't affect you so much because you already know, listen, you're nothing but a distraction. That's nothing but a distraction throughout my journey. Everything I need is already within. Until next